Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of Erin's Book Club. I have a couple book reviews to do today. We'll do one for each video, but let's get on with the first one. Okay, so the first book review I have to do today is from the Thoroughbred series. It's Thoroughbred number 20, Champion's Spirit. And again, I love these covers. Although looking at this cover, the back feet look a little weird. That's not a racing saddle she's sitting on. But other than that, I love these covers. And again, these books are kind of like my feel-good book, my haven't seen a friend in a long time kind of. You feel good. They're a nice, easy, quick read. This one is about Cindy, the main character, who is getting over the death of one of her other horses that she's working with while trying to come to terms with training another horse that's difficult. The only thing is, like, if you've followed along with me with these Thoroughbred books, the Glory is Cindy's first love. That's the horse that she rescued from people who had stolen him and were treating him badly, and she worked with him to train him, and everything worked really well there, and they were super bonded. And then near the end of, I think it was 3 books that we were talking about that. Near the end of the 3rd book, she meets this horse called Storm's Ransom that was bought at a thoroughbred sale, and they kind of like each other, but it wasn't a they fell in love kind of thing. It was, he's really sweet, we're going to work with him. And then in the book before this one, the Storm has to get put down because he gets a disease that is contagious, and he's the only one that has to get put down. And it was heartbreaking to read and like really sad to read. But what I don't understand is we went from Glory being her one true love of a horse. Everything goes fine with Glory, and then this Storm's Ransom shows up that seems to be like the red coat, another gray horse that was almost really just introduced to die so that you can get sympathy for the character. So that got to be really frustrating. I think the author was almost too afraid to kill off Glory, so she created another gray horse just specifically to kill off. And as heartrending as it would be, I think it would be better to kill off Glory, because then we're invested more in that relationship. We're invested more in that story, whereas the Storm Ransom being killed off, yes, it's heartbreaking, and yes, it's hard to read about, but we're not as invested. We didn't know him as well. So that part was kind of frustrating. But in the end, the other storyline of trying to get Champion in order, the lesson about there of going into each workout expecting a fight and therefore getting a fight, that is a great lesson to learn in horse training in general, let alone sensitive racehorses. So it's interesting because the story, it's really well done as always. Made me feel the feels. I didn't really have the same sense of empathy with Storm's Ransom being killed off than, say, Glory being killed off, but the sentiment was there, and the end result of Champion was also there. So I liked the book. I just had that one major contention. And thanks, guys. I will let you know when I have another book read.